Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing two fragrances that I see a lot of people compare when they're talking about if they're going to buy one of these new designer releases. And I thought I haven't done a comparison, love versus hate video, and I thought I would do a which one is better kind of thing. So we're going to be talking about Voce Viva from Valentino, I don't know, I was gonna say Versace, Valentino, it's been a long day guys, and My Way from Giorgio Armani. So if you'd like to know the differences between these two and which one I think is better, then keep watching. Now, as of this video going up, I have a review of this guy, and later on this week there will be a review of this guy. So I wanted to kind of get this video out there. I actually filmed a review of this and I found that I talked way too much about these two together. That's why I decided to film this video and put this out there first, so that way at the end of that video I can say, if you want to know what I think, go to this video. Get it? Probably not. Transparency purposes, I purchased both of these and I purchased them blind. So in no way did these companies reach out to me and send me these or ask me to do this video. These are purchases, blind buys. I've had them for about almost 2 weeks now, maybe a little less than 2 weeks. I've had them for a little bit. I've worn them enough, and yeah. So we're gonna go into this guy. If you wanna know my review of this, it'll be linked below. This is a beautiful floral fragrance. It's a very warm floral. You have the gorgeous mandarin and bergamot in the opening, makes it very bright and sparkly with a beautiful orange blossom gardenia heart. And at the base, you're going to have some beautiful tonka, moss, and vanilla. My Way is another floral fragrance, definitely focusing on a heart of white floral, specifically jasmine, and very specifically tuberose. You're gonna have bergamot in the opening, and you're going to have musk and cedarwood at the base, just for some of the notes there. Now, I see a lot of people on forums just talking about these two together. They say, hey, I like this one over this one. Hey, I like this one over this one. There's definitely a real, there we go, a real difference between these two. Obviously, they're two different fragrances. But first, we're going to talk about the smell. We're going to talk about where this one wins and this one loses. So what I like about the Valentino fragrances, and I talked about this in my review, is how it smells like a generic designer scent. They both do, and they are mainstream designer fragrances. They're not part of their haute couture line or their niche luxury line. These are the standard designer lines from these houses. But this one does it in a unique way where it kind of really focuses on orange blossom. I don't see a lot of orange blossom in mainstream designer scents as something that is center stage. I see it more as a supporting factor for other notes, and it does a beautiful job. But I like the fact that the orange blossom and gardenia in here is something that's really beautiful and is celebrated. And the citrus in this one, specifically the bergamot and the mandarin, really add to warming up the scent while still having it being very bright. And the tonka and the vanilla in here also add a nice warm base without overpowering that distinctive orange blossom note. This is a very beautiful fragrance, a beautifully blended, and I would say a little bit different than your average new release of a designer floral, fragrance from a designer house. Very generic, mainstream, but the addition of that beautiful orange blossom as kind of more of a key note, like a main note, is something I would definitely say I don't see very often in mainstream designer fragrances. Now, what this fragrance has going for it is, if you love white florals, this is fantastic. This has a beautiful, very dominant tuberose scent with some beautiful jasmine in there, and I like the addition of the cedarwood and the musk. It gives it a kind of beautiful, timeless feeling while still being very youthful and elegant. This is a great scent if you're one of those people that likes fragrances that are like florals, but you're trying to find something that's a little bit lighter and easier to wear every day, especially a more white floral dominant scent that smells more modern and youthful. It's a gorgeous scent, but at the same time, it still smells generic and it still smells like your everyday designer fragrance. Now, there is nothing wrong with generic, mainstream, crowd-pleasing designer fragrances. There's a reason why they are mainstream and crowd-pleasing. There's a beauty to them. A lot of people like them. The hit's the most common denominator in regards to smelling good. And a lot of people just want to smell pretty and complimentary. So these both smell pretty and complimentary. However, I find that this one feels like a final draft of a fragrance, and this one feels like not like a rough draft. Like not the first draft, like a rough draft, but not the final draft. The reason being is I feel like this has just the right amount of notes to hit all the marks of what you would expect from a youthful, feminine designer fragrance house in regards to, does it smell nice on the skin? Yes. Does it smell unassuming and unoffensive? Yes. Is it floral? Yes. Does it smell slightly fruity? Yes. Is it light? Yes. Does it smell ageless? Yes, I can see anyone from any age wearing this. And it doesn't matter what I think, anyone from any age, just like anybody of any gender can wear whatever you want. But because it has these perfectly chosen citruses with this beautiful orange blossom and perfectly chosen base notes, it just smells like, yes, this is what we were trying to come up with a very gorgeous, sparkly, uplifting, complimentary designer fragrance. Even though I really enjoy this fragrance, and I mean really enjoy it, I feel like it can smell a little muddy. And that has to do with the overpowering tuberose in this fragrance. And trust me, I love a good tuberose, and I love overpowering white florals. So that's why I really like this fragrance. But I find that those florals can overpower everything else, and it just smells like it needs something else. Those florals need to be elevated to either be brighter and more crisper, or they need to be a little bit creamier and a little bit more like luxurious or luscious. I find that it smells like some essential oils I have that smell like tuberose, which trust me, I love to wear, but it needs something else. It needs more of the cedar. It needs more of the musk, more of the bergamot, or it needs like the addition of maybe like amber or vanilla or something resinous in there, maybe even tonka. Just something for the white florals to hold on to because they're going a little too out of control. Now, this scent smells beautiful, but I feel like it could have used one more edit, one more round of trying different notes, adding things to it, or maybe subtracting something from it to get it perfect. It is a gorgeous scent, and I do really like it, but I feel like it isn't quite as polished as this fragrance is, and that's why overall I prefer this one, Valentino Voce Viva, to My Way. But they're both really great new releases from both of these houses, and I find them to be really pretty. But that's in smell. So I prefer Voce Viva just because I think it smells a little bit more inspired and like there was a little bit more thought put into the creation of the scent. And both of these are new fragrances from the houses. These aren't flankers. So they really had the opportunity to kind of do whatever they wanted. And I feel like My Way kind of smells like they put more thought into the conceptual marketing of the fragrance. And I do like everything that they were doing, but they should have put equal amount of thought into the actual scent personally. But it's still a great scent and I do really like wearing it. But I do think that it smells a little bit muddy. It needs a little bit more editing to be perfect in my opinion. But there is also a difference in regards to performance, and I do really want to kind of let you guys know that. I almost dropped this bottle. I don't know if you guys know how often I drop bottles. That's another reason why I'm filming in this room. There's carpet and not tile, so I'm not going to break anything, hopefully. Cross his fingers. So this fragrance has okay performance. I've really only been wearing this past week, and I've been in and out of so many different climates. Like, I find that I haven't been able to give it a real good wear test, but I've been wearing this in the same climate, so I can compare them because they both have been tested in the same environment, same time of the year. Sometimes I'm wearing them on different arms. This one's performance, generally longevity wise, I would say you could get a solid 4 hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours, maybe 4 to 5, around the 4-hour mark. It has moderate projection, moderate sillage. It does leave a little bit of a trail. You can smell it a few feet away. It's very pleasant, very light, very airy. Really beautiful. This one outperforms it in every single way. This has great longevity. I get about 8 to 10 hours on my skin. I would say the last 6 to 10 hours, it's light, it's not very present, but I can pick it up. I don't get olfactive fatigue from this, or I haven't yet. So I would say that this definitely has way better performance and projection and sillage. This is definitely moderate but heavier and a little bit more present than the Voce Viva from Valentino. I will say though that I find this one to be more work safe than this one because this is so heavy on the white florals, and some people are very sensitive to white florals. So if you're looking for a fragrance to wear to a professional setting, if you're going back to work and you're not working from home, I would say this one. But this one, if you're working in an environment where you're not so close to somebody, could be, but I think this is a little less safe than this one for professional settings. At the end of the day, both of these fragrances are really beautiful, and I think that they are very solid releases from these designer houses. Now, do remember, I don't expect ingenuity, creativity, or new exciting compositions from designer houses when they release new scents. I want the fragrances to smell like they are cohesive parts of that house from previous fragrances in regards to, like, does this smell like an Armani fragrance? Does this smell like a Valentino fragrance? And they do. They fit those categories great. I wish that My Way was a little bit more edited, and in some ways I wish Voce Viva was a little bit more risky. But I find at the end of the day, they're both really solid scents that smell really beautiful on the skin and are just a pleasure to wear. I mean, they're good mainstream crowd-pleasing scents. They're complimentary, they're feminine, they're uplifting, they're floral, and I just think they're gorgeous. But if I had to choose a winner based on how I think the overall experience of the fragrances start to finish, I think Voce Viva is my favorite of the two. But again, My Way is great if you love white florals. They're both great, definitely recommend checking them out. But again, my favorite is this one. But I do really like wearing this one too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've experienced these two fragrances, I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you've only tried one of these, what do you think? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are you not excited for them whatsoever? Just let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love seeing this channel grow. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.